What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, I felt bad for Phyllis. I felt bad for her, man, because her and Lenny, they're in a tight, little tough financial spot at the TNO. And she was willing to give up her wedding china just to help them out financially, to get them out of a financial rut. And her husband Lenny said, "Hell no, we're not about to do that. We're not about to give up our fine china." And I don't blame Lenny. Lenny was like, "Nah, we'll figure out another way." So of course Sonny stepped up and offered to let them rent out his room, and they said no to that too. And so then he was willing to give up his rings. I said, "Damn, you about to give up the pinky?" Sonny done had that damn ring for so long, and he was willing to give it up. But he didn't trust that pawnbroker. He didn't trust that guy, Mr. Drummond or whatever. He didn't trust him because he felt like if he would have took the wedding china, he felt like Drummond was gonna fleece, Phyllis and Lenny. So I guess Sonny wants to help them out by, giving up his rings and stuff and trying to see if that'll buy him into a card game or something. Maybe he could win, some money that way to help them out. Um, that was pretty cool, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm really ready for this amnesia shit to be over with. Like I need this to be done with. Like, can we speed this up expeditiously, please? Because we got too much going on in Port Charles for Sonny to be sitting up in here playing Dudley Do Right. I need you back in Port Charles handling your shit. Because everything is just going to hell in a handbasket at this moment, Sonny. I need you to get your ass back home and fix these problems. So anyway, moving on from that, news of Franco's death is quickly spreading throughout the town. Laura went by to go see Carly or whatever and let her know about the board meeting at the hospital and how Cyrus's new drug protocol was denied. Laura definitely feels like Cyrus is probably at his most dangerous right now. He's vulnerable. He feels like he was weakened because of what happened, at the board meeting, and who knows what he's going to do. His mother's still out there and he doesn't know where she is. He lost the board vote. So he's going to be on the warpath right now. Laura doesn't know when he's going to strike. She doesn't know how he's going to strike. She don't know what that man going to do next. So I think Carly and Jason need to devise some type of strategy to combat this, because I have a feeling that when Cyrus does strike back, it might be a death blow. You never know. I feel like it's going to be some shit happening. So Carly, might want to get with Jason and figure that mess out. So while she was there, she got a text about Franco being killed, about him being shot and killed. I feel bad for Cameron, man. I really do. To lose a father figure. Thank God Roger Howarth is not leaving GH. Thank God. He's temporarily stepping away to do some, charity work and stuff like that. And he said that he's excited about the storyline that the writers got coming up for him. So my guess is somebody helped him fake his death. Because the way that the ambulance was, the way that the paramedics were yesterday, it does seem a little sketch, because the way that they were acting, not covering up his body at the time and all that stuff, and the way that they had his head positioned, like giving him a neck brace or whatever the fuck they were doing. The way that they were acting, it was a little sketchy. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason came up with some type of plan. Because remember, Franco was looking for Jason. Who's to say that he didn't find him? Even though Jason was looking for Franco. But, you never know conversations that happen off screen. You never know. Because some shit could have went down. Jason might be in on this. You see that he done shot Brando as a plan, so who's to say that, he didn't devise a plan to save Franco? Because Franco was looking for Peter, and we all know that Peter is a little unhinged. Well, not even a little. He's very unhinged. So maybe they kind of, figure, hey, Peter might try to do something, and we need to come up with an exit strategy. You never know, but I have a feeling Franco's death is greatly exaggerated. I would hate that, though, because of the wear and tear it's going to put on the kids, but maybe it's a necessary evil at this point. Now, what we need to get down to is that damn recording that he got of Peter. That's what they need to find. Because we need to know, does he still have that recording? Is it backed up on the cloud? Did he email it? We need that recording. We need it. That's crucial evidence at this point that we're going to need. Elizabeth is still pointing the finger at Jason or whatever. Scott just found out that his son died, and Scott was pissed because this is now another child that he lost. And I feel bad for Scott. Like, his life is just, when it come down to his kids, it's like, damn, all these damn children. You done lost your daughter, you lost your son, now you lost your other son. Damn. And he was just going ape shit at the PCPD. Like, he was ready to rip Jason a new ass. He really was. So, of course, Mac is questioning Jason. Jordan is questioning him. Laura was asking him questions. Jason just kept telling him, I didn't do it. He didn't give them no details, no further explanation. Because you know how Jason is in the interrogation room. He's not going to tell you shit. And he basically told Laura, he was like, come on, you know me. And I think even Laura's convinced that Jason didn't do it. Because think about it. If Jason was to shoot somebody, like I said yesterday, if Jason's going to shoot you, he's not going to stand around and be dumb enough to sit there and let me call 911 and see if they can save you so you can snitch on me. No, absolutely fucking not. He's going to shoot you and he's going to leave. Why would he stand around for? That would be foolish. Have you ever known Jason to make, dumb, stupid risk decisions like that? Absolutely not. Jason's not a fool. He's a thinker. He's not going to stand there and just be a sitting duck for the PCPD to come and lock you up if you shot somebody. No. Who's going to be dumb enough to do that? Well, I have seen some dummies do that. I heard of some dummies do that, but Jason is not the dumb type. I can understand why Elizabeth is just like blaming Jason for this, because right now her head is all over the place and she's looking for somebody to blame. But they need to get to the bottom of this. I mean, all they got to do is get a warrant or a subpoena to check his gun, because I'm like, Jason still has his gun. So all you got to do is check it against the gun that shot that shot Franco. That's all you got to do. And you will see that it's not a match. And that should prove to you and dispel the notion that Jason shot him. Clearly he did. But I really felt bad for, Cameron. I really did. Like, when Liz had to sit him down and tell him what happened and stuff. And, he was very distraught about it, but he was also mature about it. He was like, nah, he agreed with Liz. He was like, we'll tell the boys, the siblings tomorrow. They'll wait until morning to tell Aiden and Jake. I feel bad for Liz too, man. She finally got her I do, finally got the ring on her finger, finally became a married woman again, just for this shit to happen. I felt bad for her. I said, Lord, y'all got to get Liz through this. Thank God she had Laura there, to comfort her and stuff like that, and hug her and, give her condolences and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure throughout this time she's going to be leaning on Laura a lot more, which is a good thing because, Laura is basically a mother figure to her. But as usual, thank God Jason got the lovely Diane Miller as his attorney. Diane always come when you need her. Scott was just all over the place. Like, Scott was pissed the hell off. Like, he was ready to beat Jason ass. Officers had to come in there and drag him the hell up out of there. It was just a hot mess. It was just a hot ass mess. So anyway, moving on from that. Anna is still beating herself up about Peter or whatever. Why was she so blind to him and whatnot? I'm like, Anna, cry me a river. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You had an opportunity months ago to do something, you didn't. I think it's just the guilt, honestly. It's a lot of that guilt. Because she know damn well she could have spoke up sooner, and she didn't. So it is what it is. And Valentine was pretty much telling her, like, reality eventually is going to catch up to Peter. Peter's not going to get away with this shit for too long. Eventually there's going to be some evidence or something that's going to bring him down fully. And they know it. They either got to find it or they got to sit back and watch the fireworks. But Anna, at this point, Anna's convinced nothing and no one is going to turn Maxie against Peter. She still has that feeling that Maxie's going to go back to Peter. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked because Maxie does make questionable decisions. But it looks like, in a way, Maxie started to see the light today, the way that she was with Peter. Um, because he was still sitting there denying every little thing. Oh, Valentine's lying, Anna's lying, so all these people are lying on you. Gotcha. He just did not want to take responsibility for a goddamn thing. He was just denying everything. Deny, 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 deny. Then he's sitting there talking about, oh, we could run away tonight. We could get away. I would, get Georgie, but Spinelli wouldn't allow it. You damn right Spinelli not going to allow it. You know Spinelli not going to allow it. And you really think Mac is going to allow you to take his daughter? Please, Mac will bust your skull wide open. Mac not going to allow that shit. Um, And Maxie knew that Lisa and Anna wasn't going to let him get away with it either. Maxie knew that. And it's so funny because when he tried to grab Maxie's hand and hold her hand, the way Maxie pulled her hand away from him solidified that. She was like, yeah, we're done. The way that she just moved her hand away, I was like, yep, I think Maxie finally sees the light, hopefully. And she basically told him that the man that she loved never existed. She's starting to believe what they're saying is true. I know she believed it. I knew she believed it the moment they opened up their mouth and said it at the wedding. I knew she believed it. She was just in denial this whole time, but she definitely believed it. She just didn't want to believe it. But of course, my boy Mac came busting up in there. He was pissed to see Peter in that room. He was pissed. But he told them that Franco was killed. And Peter was sitting there telling Maxie, oh, I'm not going to give up on you. And Peter, you just heard that Franco was killed and you didn't even blink an eye. Like, he didn't even care. Obviously, he doesn't care because he shot the man. But still, it's like, damn, no compassion, no sign of guilt for what he did. No nothing. That's a sociopath right there. That really is. Another thing, that whole scene with Franco appearing to Cameron when Cameron was having a dream and Franco appeared to him, that was a sad scene. That really was. I heard that happens in real life. I really heard about that. I heard that when a loved one dies, they visit you in your dream before you find out that they're gone. That's what I heard. I heard about that. And I think that's what the writers were trying to convey in this episode. I definitely heard about that. I never knew if it was true or not. I never knew if it was true. And he was just urging him never to forget that he can change the world. He was just giving Cameron a lot of praise and a lot of encouragement, thanking Cameron for changing him. And never to forget that he loved them. Franco was a real dad to them, not just to Cameron, but to all them boys, man. And it's hard to find that type of person that's willing to step up and take care of somebody else's kids, because most people don't want to take care of the damn kids they got already, which is the sad part. But, to step in there and take care of some kids that ain't yours, come on now. I know Jocelyn is so sick and tired of hearing about death. Like, when Carly told her that Franco died, and mind you, Jocelyn just got done visiting Cameron, just to come home and hear that, there's more death. Like, that's a lot of death to be dealing with at that age. And Jocelyn done seen a lot of it. Missing people, shootings. Hell, she was caught in a shootout. Like, that's a lot for a teenager. That is a lot. And she was just asking Carly, like, how the hell do you deal with all of this? Like, all this grief. And Carly attributed that to the strength of her kids. She knows that it is hard, to be dealing with all that death around you and stuff like that. But when you got kids, you know that you got to be strong for your kids. So it makes it a little bit easier. It's still hard, but when you got something or someone to fight for, it makes it that much easier, because that you got to go on and be strong for them. So I do appreciate that scene. But this was a pretty decent episode today. It was just basically the fallout of everything. I wonder how Jason. Normally, I would say I wonder how Jason's going to get out of this mess, but it shouldn't take a lot to get him out of this. Like, we all know he didn't do it. And a simple ballistics check on his gun should prove that he didn't do it. In the Sonny situation, I hope that if somebody buys Sonny's ring or they get his pinky ring, that they go to Port Charles and Jason or Carly see that shit and they be wondering how the person got it and it'll lead them to Sunny so we can end this storyline, I'll be grateful. But anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.